And now, BillyCboxing.com presents Thumbs Up, Thumbs Down with Billy C. Here he is, Billy C.
Thank you, Jeremy C. We're coming at you from the Billy C studio in Lake George, New York. I'm Bill Calogero, and it's time for BillyCboxing.com's professional boxing's thumbs up and thumbs down for today, November 26th in the year 2012. First and foremost, I want to remind everybody, call your local television provider and tell them that you want the Fight Now channel added to your sports channel lineup. So all you got to do, call them. All the information about the channel, you can find it on their website, www.fightnow.com. I also want to tell everybody I came out with my new column again. That's right. I used to write a lot more than I do now. I have my book coming out. If you're interested in getting a copy of that, drop me an email, billy@talkinboxing, TALKINBOXING.com. It's about Tom Molineaux, who should be regarded as our first American heavyweight champion. But you got to read the book to find out why. By the way, he was a bare-knuckle fighter. But anyway, check out my new column. It's called Billy C's In My Opinion, and it's right on www.BillyCboxing.com. It's on the menu on the right-hand side. Check it out. It's going to be a weekly column, and I think you're going to enjoy this week's column because it's about Robert "The Ghost" Guerrero. And speaking of Robert "The Ghost" Guerrero, thumbs up goes to Robert "The Ghost" Guerrero and his performance against Andre Berto on Saturday night. Listen, man, Andre Berto is a class fighter. He's a Class A fighter. He's a talented fighter, and he's arguably in the top 10 of the welterweight division. There's no question about it. He's a beast. That's his nickname. He's a beast. But Robert "The Ghost" Guerrero proved to me on Saturday night that this guy has just moved up a notch, and now Robert "The Ghost" Guerrero is an elite fighter. There's no question about that. Robert "The Ghost" Guerrero out-Bertoed Andre Berto. That's the way he won the fight. He impressed the hell out of me. Not only did he impress me, but his corner did as well. His corner maintained a calm, cool, and collective attitude and made the adjustments that they needed to make, and they dominated Andre Berto. His corner, on the other hand, did not, but hold that thought. The one thing that's unfortunate for Robert "The Ghost" Guerrero is I think he showed a guy named Floyd Mayweather Jr. that he's too good, and Floyd will never fight a guy like Robert "The Ghost" Guerrero because he doesn't have the balls. Check out my article. I put it in there. Thumbs up to Robert "The Ghost" Guerrero. Thumbs up to Hector Macho Camacho. He may be gone now in body. And my thoughts and prayers and condolences goes out to the Camacho family. I knew Hector very well, and I also know Junior pretty well. And I know Junior's going through some tough stuff right now, and so is the rest of the family, but specifically Junior. And I just want everyone to know Hector Camacho may be gone, but he will never be forgotten. Thumbs up to Hector Macho Camacho, and in my opinion, a first ballot Boxing Hall of Famer. Thumbs up to Hector Macho Camacho. Thumbs up also goes to Golden Boy Promotions. That's right, I said it. For inking some deals for regular boxing shows. Listen, we've known that they did it for California. We knew that they just did it this year for New York. But guess what? Excuse me. They just did it again, and they just inked another deal with the state of Florida to do smaller shows. Listen, we need the smaller shows for boxing to survive. Without the smaller shows, there's no bigger shows. Thumbs up to Golden Boy. I got 2 thumbs down today. One is to Floyd Mayweather Jr. fans who still maintain he's the best and feel that Guerrero has no chance. Come on, man. Listen, if you haven't read the 2-piece story that Thomas Hauser put up on maxboxing.com, check it out. It is a performance-enhancing drug scandal, and at the center of it is your boy, Floyd Mayweather Jr., who, in my opinion, I feel that Thomas Hauser has uncovered enough proof to make me believe that Floyd Mayweather Jr. is a cheater, and he himself is on the juice. Even though he accuses everybody else, he's on the juice. So thumbs down goes to all you Floyd Mayweather fans who still think he's so great, because he's not. And finally, thumb down goes to Team Berto. Now, listen, I'm not giving a thumbs down to Andre Berto one little bit. Andre Berto showed me a lot of heart on Saturday night. And Andre Berto is a quality fighter. I love Andre Berto. He was one of the first major let me rephrase it. He was one of the first young fighters we had on that became a major star on our show when we first started. As a matter of fact, when we first had Andre Berto on, I think he was 10-0. I think he only had 10 fights under his belt. So, he's a great kid. Great kid. Our very own Sony Thompson just did a pretty good interview with him as well. You can check it out on the website. So I'm not taking anything away from Andre Berto. I'm giving a thumbs down to the rest of the team. And the reason why I say this is because if you look closely at his 2 losses against Victor Ortiz and now Robert Guerrero, one thing is the same with Team Berto, and that is chaos. Because when you go back to Andre Berto's corner after the rounds, Andre Berto is sitting there, and he's got his father, his brother, his cousin, his brunkle, his mother. I don't know who else is in the corner, but everybody is yelling at him and giving him instructions. It's so annoying to his trainer because his trainer is screaming in his ear, listen to me, listen to me. How can Andre Berto possibly listen to one voice? It's evident that he's not getting the right instruction. They never made a change. They never made a plan. They never went to plan B or C or D or E or anything. They tried to maintain the same thing. They found one thing that was working, and they continued, and that was the uppercut. It wasn't enough. Listen, I love Andre Berto. I know he's going to be back, and I know he's going to be a champion again someday. But he's got to do something with his corner. I said it after the Ortiz fight, and it's more evident now after the Guerrero fight. Thumbs down to Team Berto, not Andre, to the rest of the team. Hey, that concludes our thumbs up, thumbs down for today. Make sure you tune in tomorrow. Ciao, baby.